Victor's jaws closed around my throat, not metaphorically, not in some romantic, breathless way. His actual fangs pressed against the pulse in my neck, hard enough that I felt my skin break. Warm blood trickled down to my collarbone. Above me, golden wolf eyes stared into mine with pure animal hunger. This was the man I'd fallen in love with over the past 3 weeks in Prague. The man who'd taught me to survive in a city where monsters walked as humans. The man who'd promised my missing sister he'd keep me safe. And now he was going to kill me. I should have been terrified, should have screamed or fought or begged. Instead, I did something crazy. I reached up and touched his fur-covered face. "Victor," I whispered, "I know you're still in there." The wolf's jaws tightened. One wrong move and my throat would tear open, but I didn't look away, didn't run. Because 3 weeks ago, a stranger had saved my life on Charles Bridge, and somewhere inside this monster was that same man. The question was, could he find his way back? Or would I die here in the darkness beneath Prague, just another American tourist who should have stayed home? But I'm getting ahead of myself. To understand how I ended up with a werewolf's teeth at my throat, I need to take you back. Back to the night I arrived in Prague, desperate and afraid. Back to the first time I saw Viktor Novak step out of the shadows like something from a nightmare. Back to the moment my ordinary life ended and this dangerous, impossible love story began. The Charles Bridge was empty at midnight. That should have been my first warning. I stood in the middle of the ancient stone bridge, clutching my phone with Maya's last known address pulled up on the screen. Prague spread around me like a fairy tale gone dark. Medieval towers pierced the night sky. The Vltava River rushed black and cold beneath my feet. Statues of saints lined both sides of the bridge, their faces worn smooth by centuries of rain. I'd been traveling for 20 hours straight. My back ached, my eyes burned. But I couldn't stop now. Not when I was finally here. Not when I might finally find my sister. Maya had been in Prague for 6 months. At first, she'd called every week, excited about her folklore research. She'd always been the adventurous one. The big sister who protected me, who made bold choices while I played it safe. Then, the call stopped. Her social media went silent. When I tried her phone, it went straight to voicemail. Our parents said to let it go. Maya's an adult. She probably met someone. But I knew my sister. She wouldn't just disappear. Something was wrong. So I'd used my savings, taken leave from my PhD program in anthropology, and flown to Prague to find her. Now, standing alone on this empty bridge at midnight, I wondered if I'd made a terrible mistake. Footsteps echoed behind me. I turned. 3 men approached from the old town side of the bridge. They moved strangely, too smooth, too fluid, like dancers or predators. The streetlights caught their faces and I felt my stomach drop. They looked wrong. I couldn't explain it. Something in their eyes, something in the way they smiled. "American?" one of them asked. His accent was thick, amused. I'm just looking for my sister," I said, trying to sound confident. "Maya Torres. Do you know her?" The 3 men exchanged glances. Then they laughed. "Oh, we know Maya," the tallest one said. He stepped closer. "She belongs to the Streberny now, and you smell just like her." Belong to? What did that mean? "I don't want any trouble," I said, backing up. "I just need to find her." "Too late," another man said. "You brought trouble when you came here." They rushed me. I didn't even have time to scream. One moment they were 10 feet away. The next they were on me, hands grabbing my arms, my hair. I tried to fight, but they were so strong, impossibly strong. Then a voice cut through the chaos, cold, sharp, furious. "Let her go." My attackers froze. Slowly they turned toward the voice. A man stood at the edge of the bridge, half in shadow, tall, dark hair, long coat that moved in the wind like something alive. Even from a distance I could feel his presence, powerful and dangerous. "This isn't your concern, Novak," the tall attacker said. "You're on neutral ground," the stranger replied. His English was perfect but accented, each word clipped short. "Release her. Now. She's the sister, the one from the prophecy." "I said now." The stranger moved. I'd never seen anyone move that fast. 1 second he was 20 feet away. The next, he was between me and my attackers, moving like water, like violence given form. Bones cracked, Men screamed, blood splattered on ancient stone. It was over in seconds. My 3 attackers limped away into the darkness, leaving me alone with my savior. No, not savior. As he turned to face me, I realized he might be even more dangerous than the others. The streetlight caught his eyes. They glowed. Actually glowed like an animal's eyes reflecting light, gold and wild and wrong. "You should not have come here," he said. His voice was rough, tired. Up close I could see he was maybe 30, with sharp features and pale skin. Handsome in a cold, distant way. He wore all black, and I noticed he kept his hands in his coat pockets, hidden. "Who are you?" I managed. "Viktor Novak." He studied me with those strange eyes. "And you're Jada Torres, Maya's sister." My heart jumped. "You know Maya? Where is she?" "She made a choice." His expression was unreadable. "Go home before you force me to make one." "Wait!" I stepped toward him. "Please, I've come all this way. I just need to know she's okay." "She's alive. That's all you need to know." He turned to leave. "No!" I grabbed his arm. Big mistake. He spun on me so fast I stumbled back. For a moment his face changed. His features shifted, became more animal, more wolf. Then he controlled it, forced it back, but I'd seen it. Whatever he wasn't fully human. "Do not touch me," he said quietly, dangerously. "And do not follow me. If you value your life, Miss Torres, you will take the first flight back to America." He disappeared into the fog rolling off the river, moving silent as a ghost. I stood alone on Charles Bridge, shaking. My mind raced. Those men. Viktor. The way they'd all moved. The way Viktor's face had changed. What had Maya gotten involved in? I didn't go home. Instead, I spent the next morning tracking Viktor Novak through Prague. It wasn't easy. The man barely existed online. No social media, no public records. But Maya had sent a package home 3 months ago, before she'd gone silent. The return address led me to a tiny cafe in Mala Strana, the lesser town. Kafka Cafe was dark and ancient, tucked into a basement with stone walls and low ceilings. The air smelled like old coffee and older secrets. And there, in the back corner, sat Viktor. He looked different in daylight, more human, less terrifying, but also more tired, like he hadn't slept in days, maybe weeks. He wore a black shirt with sleeves long enough to cover his hands. His hair was messy. Dark circles shadowed his eyes. When he saw me, he didn't look surprised, just resigned. "I told you to go home," he said. "I don't take orders well." I slid into the seat across from him, uninvited. "Tell me about my sister. Tell me why those men attacked me. Tell me what you are." Viktor studied me for a long moment. Then he laughed. It was a bitter, broken sound. "You want to know? Fine." He leaned forward. "Your sister came to Prague researching folklore. She was writing a paper on werewolf legends. She found something real." My stomach dropped. Werewolves. "We call ourselves Vulkodlachi, the changed ones." He said it matter-of-factly, like he was discussing the weather. "Prague has belonged to us for centuries. We live hidden among the humans, and Maya discovered our secret." I stared at him. This was insane. Werewolves weren't real. They couldn't be. But I'd seen those men move. I'd seen Viktor's face change. "You're telling me Prague is full of werewolves," I said slowly. "Two main clans. The Divicina, Wilderness, and the Striberni, Silver. We've had a truce for 30 years. Your sister threatened that truce." "How?" Viktor pulled up his sleeve. I gasped. His forearm was covered in scars, but these weren't normal scars. They moved, shifted, like they were alive, crawling across his skin in patterns that hurt to look at. "I was born this way," he said. "My father's bite passed to me before I was born. I've never been fully human, never been fully wolf, just caught between, forever." The pain in his voice made my chest ache. Without thinking, I reached toward the scars. Viktor jerked his arm back. "Don't!" His voice was sharp. "I can't control it when people touch me. The wolf responds to contact." "I'm sorry." I pulled my hand back. "But I still don't understand. What does this have to do with Maya?" Viktor rolled his sleeve down, covering the scars. "There's a prophecy. An old one, written in medieval Czech. It speaks of a wolf killer who will come from across the sea. A woman who will end the bloodline. My blood ran cold. You think Maya is this wolf killer? No, Victor's golden eyes locked on mine. We think you are. The cafe suddenly felt too small, too dark. I pushed back from the table, standing up. That's crazy. I'm not a killer. I'm an anthropology student. I study cultures. I don't destroy them. Nevertheless, both clans believe you're the one from the prophecy. Viktor stood too. That's why you were attacked last night. The Stribrny clan wants to kill you before you can fulfill the prophecy. And what do you want? To keep the promise I made to your sister. He pulled out a folded paper from his pocket. She asked me to give you this if you came looking for her. With shaking hands, I unfolded the letter. Maya's handwriting covered the page. Jada, if you're reading this, you didn't listen to me. You never do, baby sister. You're too stubborn, too loyal, too brave for your own good. I'm sorry I disappeared. I'm sorry I can't explain everything, but please trust me. Go home. Forget about me. Forget about Prague. If you won't go home, then trust Viktor. He's one of them, yes, but he's also the only one who might be able to keep you alive. I've asked him to protect you. It's the last favor I'll ever ask. I love you. I'm sorry. Maya tears blurred my vision. The letter shook in my hands. When did she give you this? I whispered. 3 days ago. She found a way to get it to me without her clan knowing. Viktor's voice was gentle now. Your sister made a choice, Miss Torres. She joined the Stribrny willingly. She's one of them now. And she's trying to protect you the only way she knows how, by keeping you far away from her. But why would she join them? That's what I'm trying to find out. Viktor checked his watch. The movement was oddly human after everything else. Look, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you 1 day. I'll show you the truth about Prague, about what we are. And then, if you're smart, you'll leave. And if I'm not smart, his smile was sad. Then I'll do my best to keep you alive. But I'm not miracle worker Jada. I can't protect you forever. The way he said my name, with that accent, made something flutter in my chest. I pushed the feeling down. 1 day, I agreed. Show me everything. Viktor led me through Prague as the sun began to set. We walked through winding medieval streets that smelled like old stone and river water. He kept us to shadows, always checking behind us, his body tense like he expected an attack at any moment. Rule 1, he said as we walked. Never go out after dark alone. That's when we're strongest. You mean werewolves? Vulkadlachi, he corrected. We're not Hollywood monsters. We don't change only on full moons. We can control it mostly. But at night, the wolf is closer, to the surface. But you're out now, I pointed out. And it's getting dark. I'm old, powerful. I have more control than most. He glanced at me. And I'm not planning to hurt you. How reassuring. That earned me a slight smile. It transformed his face, made him look younger, almost normal. We entered Lesser Town, a part of Prague that felt frozen in time. Baroque buildings pressed close together, cobblestone streets twisted in confusing patterns, and there, tucked between a church and a bookstore, was an old brewery. Abandoned, windows broken, door hanging off its hinges. Viktor led me inside. The air smelled like mold and rust. Viktor pulled out his phone, using the light to illuminate the space. We were in what used to be the main brewing room. Huge metal vats lined the walls, covered in graffiti. Look at the walls, Viktor said. I moved closer. What I'd thought was graffiti was actually something else. Deep gouges in the stone, claw marks, dozens of them, some looked centuries old. This is a fighting ground, Viktor explained. When clans dispute, they settle it here, away from human eyes. He showed me photos on his phone, missing persons reports, dozens of them. All the victims had the same look in their eyes, wild, predatory, like animals pretending to be human. These people weren't killed, Viktor said. They were transformed, sometimes willingly, sometimes not. My hands shook. This was real, all of it. Werewolves, monsters, magic. Why are you showing me this? I asked. Viktor put his phone away. He looked at me in the dim light, his eyes starting to glow that eerie gold. Because you need to understand what your sister became, what I am. He moved closer. And because if you stay in Prague, you need to know how to survive. And how do I survive? By not being alone, by learning the rules, by letting me protect you. His voice dropped. And by understanding that I'm the closest thing to a friend you have in this city. We stood very close now, close enough that I could smell him, something wild and clean, like pine forests and night air, close enough to see the scars that peeked out from his collar, crawling up his neck. "Why are you helping me?" I whispered. "Because I made a promise to Maya." He looked away. "And because I'm so tired of death." The pain in his voice broke something in me. I reached out slowly, carefully, and touched his hand. Viktor went very still. His eyes widened. "Jada," he said, voice strained. "You shouldn't." "Why not?" "Because you make it harder." He pulled his hand away. "You make the wolf harder to control. You make the man too strong, and I can't afford to be weak." "Maybe that's not weakness," I said. "Maybe that's just being human." Viktor laughed, but it sounded like pain. "I haven't been human since I was born. And in a few months, I won't even be close. The change is consuming me. Soon, I'll be all wolf. No humanity left. Just instinct and hunger." Horror washed over me. "Is there a cure?" "No," he turned away. "Now come. I need to get you somewhere safe before full dark." As we left the brewery, I looked back at those claw marks on the walls, evidence of violence, of monsters. But all I could think about was Viktor's voice saying he was dying. Slowly. Painfully. And there was nothing anyone could do to stop it. The next 4 days passed in a strange rhythm. Every morning at dawn, Viktor would meet me outside my hostel. We'd go to Vyshegrád Cemetery, an ancient graveyard on a hill overlooking Prague. It was quiet there, peaceful, and according to Viktor, it was one of the few truly neutral places in the city. "No clan claims the dead," he explained on the first morning. "It's sacred ground, safe." So that's where he taught me to survive. "Lesson 1, Viktor said, standing in the morning mist. "How to identify one of us?" He had me watch people entering the cemetery, tourists, locals, old women bringing flowers to graves, young couples taking photos. "There," Viktor said, pointing to a man in a business suit. "See how he moves? Too smooth, like he's gliding instead of walking." I watched. He was right. The man's movements were just slightly off, too graceful, too controlled. "And his eyes," Viktor continued. "Watch when he turns toward the light." The man glanced at the rising sun. For just a moment, his eyes caught the light and gleamed gold. "Divachina clan," Viktor said. "Probably a scout making sure the territory is clear." "Does he know we're here?" "Of course. He can smell us from 100 meters away. But he won't approach. I'm here, and you're under my protection." The way he said "my protection" sent a shiver through me. Not fear, something else. Over the next days, Viktor taught me everything. How to recognize clan symbols hidden in graffiti. How to identify safe houses marked with mountain ash. How to move through Prague without attracting attention. He taught me basic self-defense too, not fighting. "You can't fight a werewolf," he said bluntly, "but how to escape, how to use environment, where to run." "Never go into enclosed spaces," he instructed, demonstrating blocks and counters. "Always have an exit, and if you're cornered, go for the eyes. It won't stop us, but it'll buy you seconds." During one demonstration, he moved behind me to show me a defensive stance. His hands guided mine, his chest pressed against my back. I felt his breath on my neck. "Like this," he murmured. "Use your attacker's momentum against them." He stepped me through the movement, but halfway through, I stumbled on the uneven cemetery ground. Viktor caught me, arms wrapping around my waist, steadying me. We froze. Neither of us moved. His arms stayed around me. I could feel his heartbeat against my back, too fast, too hard. His breath came quicker. "Viktor, you smell like..." He stopped, pulled away abruptly. "Like you don't belong here." But the way he said it didn't sound like an insult. It sounded like longing. "I need to research this prophecy," I told Viktor on the 5th day. "There has to be more information, something that explains what it really means." Viktor considered this. "The National Library has a restricted section, medieval manuscripts. I can get us in." "You? A werewolf can just walk into a library?" He gave me a look. "I'm also a citizen of Prague with academic credentials. I was a historian before." He gestured vaguely at himself. Before. 2 hours later, we sat in the restricted reading room of the National Library, surrounded by leather-bound manuscripts that smelled like centuries. Viktor translated medieval Czech texts while I took notes. We sat close, our shoulders touching, leaning over the same books. He had beautiful hands, I noticed, long fingers, careful movements. Even the scars seemed graceful in this context. Here, Viktor said, pointing to faded text. This is the first reference to the prophecy, written in 1342. He read aloud, translating. From across the great water she will come, bearing the mark of the wolf killer. By her hand the bloodline will end. The changed ones will fall or rise. The choice is hers alone. Fall or rise, I repeated. That's different from what you told me before. The texts are unclear. Multiple interpretations have caused wars between clans. Viktor turned the page carefully. Some believe the wolf killer will destroy us. Others think she'll transform us somehow, make us more powerful, or more human. No one knows. We spent hours reading. Outside, the sun tracked across the sky. The library grew warm. Viktor never removed his long sleeves despite the heat, never ate or drank anything except black coffee, never seemed to tire, though his eyes grew more golden as afternoon faded toward evening. Tell me about your transformation, I said during a break. How does it work? Viktor was quiet for so long I thought he wouldn't answer. Then, I've never been fully human, so I don't have a reference point. But from what I understand, the change is painful for most. Bones breaking and reforming, skin tearing. It's why many newly transformed don't survive. The agony drives them mad. But not you. I was born with it. The pain is just part of me. Like breathing. He flexed his scarred hand. The wolf is always there, under my skin, waiting. And every day it gets stronger. Every day I have to fight harder to stay human. Is that why you're so controlled, so careful? I have to be. He met my eyes. If I lose control, people die. If I give in to the wolf, even for a moment, I might not come back. I thought about what that meant. Living every moment on a knife's edge, never relaxing, never letting go, always fighting yourself. That sounds lonely, I said softly. Viktor's expression cracked. For just a moment, I saw past the control, saw the isolation, the exhaustion, the desperate need for connection he couldn't allow himself. It is, he admitted. I've been alone for so long, even in my clan. I'm separate, too much wolf to be human, too much human to be wolf. Just caught between, always. Without thinking, I reached over and placed my hand on his scarred forearm. Viktor inhaled sharply. Under my palm, I felt his skin grow warm, hot. The scars began to move, rippling like living things, his eyes flooded with gold. Jada, he said, voice rough, you need to move your hand. Why? Because when you touch me, the wolf responds, and I'm barely holding on as it is. But I didn't move my hand. Instead, I turned it over, tracing one of the scars with my fingertip. It felt strange, almost electric. What if you don't have to hold on so tight, I asked. What if you could just be? Viktor stared at me like I'd suggested something impossible, something dangerous, something he wanted desperately but couldn't allow himself to want. You don't understand, he whispered. If I let go, even for a moment, I might hurt you, and I can't. I won't. Then don't let go completely, I said. Just let go a little. Just enough. Our faces were very close now. I could see flecks of brown in his golden eyes, could feel the heat radiating off his skin, could hear his heartbeat, too fast, like a drum. You're the most dangerous person I've ever met, Viktor breathed, and I've met some truly terrifying people. Why am I dangerous? Because you make me want things I can't have, because you make me feel human, and feeling human is the most dangerous thing a monster can do. The reading room suddenly felt too small, too warm, too charged. Viktor stood abruptly. It's getting late. I need to get you home before dark. But as we left the library, I caught him glancing at me. Quick stolen looks when he thought I wasn't watching, like he was memorizing my face, like he was afraid I might disappear. And I realized something that both thrilled and terrified me. Viktor Novak might be a werewolf, might be dangerous, might be dying slowly. But I was falling for him anyway. On the 7th night, Viktor woke me at midnight. I heard the knock on my hostel door and stumbled to answer it, half asleep. Viktor stood in the hallway, tense and urgent. "Maya will be at a hunt tonight," he said without preamble. "Petrine Park. I can get you close enough to see her." I was awake instantly. "Take me there." "Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. I just thought you should know." "Viktor!" I grabbed my jacket. "Take me there. Now!" He looked like he wanted to argue. Then he sighed, defeated. "You're as stubborn as your sister." "Fine. But you follow my instructions exactly. Stay hidden, stay quiet. If I tell you to run, you run. Understood?" Understood. Petrine Park sprawled across a hill overlooking Prague. During the day, it was full of tourists visiting the Eiffel Tower replica at its peak. At night, it was something else. Dark, wild, dangerous. Viktor led me through the trees, moving silent as a shadow. I tried to keep up, but he had to slow down several times, waiting. For me, with barely concealed impatience. "You're too loud," he whispered. "Walk on the balls of your feet, and for God's sake, stop breathing so hard." "Sorry, I'm not a superhuman werewolf," I hissed back. Despite the tension, I saw his lips twitch, almost a smile. We reached a clearing. Viktor pulled me down behind a fallen log, keeping me hidden. He put a finger to his lips. "Listen." At first, I heard nothing. Then, gradually, sounds emerged from the darkness. Footsteps, voices, and something else. Growls, snarls, animal sounds mixed with human laughter. Figures emerged into the clearing. There were maybe 20 of them, men and women, all moving with that same too-smooth grace. They were dressed normally, jeans, t-shirts, dresses, but there was nothing normal about them. Their eyes glowed in the darkness. Some had fangs showing. Others had claws instead of fingernails. And there, in the center of the group, was Maya. My sister looked different, thinner, wilder. Her hair was longer, messier, but it was definitely her. She wore black like the others, and when she laughed at something someone said, I saw her teeth were too sharp. "Maya," I breathed. Viktor's hand clamped over my mouth. Too late. Every head in the clearing turned toward us. For a frozen moment, no one moved. Then, Maya's eyes found mine through the darkness. "Jada," she called out, shocked, horrified. "What are you doing here?" Before I could answer, the others moved. Fast, too fast. Viktor shoved me behind him, facing the approaching werewolves. "She's under my protection," he snarled. His voice had changed, deeper, more animal. A woman stepped forward, tall, silver-haired, despite looking only 30. She radiated power, authority. "Viktor Novak of the Divochina," she said. "You bring an outsider to our hunt? The wolf killer herself?" "I bring someone under my protection to neutral territory," Viktor corrected. "She has harmed no one." "Not yet," the woman replied. "But the prophecy is words on old paper," Viktor interrupted. "Nothing more." He was lying. I could hear it in his voice. He believed the prophecy as much as they did. The silver-haired woman smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. "You've grown weak, Novak. Love makes wolves vulnerable." "I don't love her," Viktor said. "I made a promise to her sister. That's all." The words stung, even though I knew he was lying for my protection. More werewolves surrounded us. I counted at least 15. Viktor was powerful, but he couldn't fight 15 at once. "Let her leave," Viktor said. "She'll go back to America. You'll never see her again." "We can't take that risk," the woman replied. "Not with the prophecy so close to fulfillment." She gestured. The others moved in. Viktor's body began to change. I'd never seen him transform before. It was horrifying, beautiful, terrible. His bones cracked and reformed, his face elongated. Fur burst through his skin. His hands became claws. He grew taller, broader, more massive. But he didn't fully change. He stayed caught between forms, half man, half wolf, a nightmare made flesh. He fought. It was like watching a force of nature. Viktor moved faster than my eyes could follow, all savage grace and controlled violence. He threw werewolves through trees, dodged attacks that should have killed him, roared with a sound that shook the earth. But there were too many. They overwhelmed him, dragged him down. Claws tore into his flesh. Fangs bit into his shoulder, his leg. "Stop!" I screamed. "Stop hurting him!" I ran forward without thinking, stupid, suicidal, but I couldn't watch them kill him. A claw swiped at me. Victor saw it. He threw himself between us, taking the blow meant for me. It opened his chest, blood pouring out. He collapsed, shifted back to human, gasping, bleeding. I fell to my knees beside him. No, 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 Victor, stay with me. His golden eyes found mine. Run, he whispered. Blood flecked his lips. Jada, run. I'm not leaving you. Please. His hand found mine, squeezed weakly. Run. The other werewolves circled us. The silver-haired woman raised her hand, claws extending, ready to finish us both. Then Maya stepped between us. Stop, she said. Her voice carried power I'd never heard before. Elena, please, that's my sister. Elena, the silver-haired woman, paused. You would defend the wolf killer after everything you sacrificed? I sacrificed everything to protect her, Maya said, and I won't let you kill her now. Sister and leader stared at each other, some silent battle of wills I didn't understand. Finally, Elena lowered her hand. Take her, she said coldly. Take them both. But understand this, Maya. By protecting them, you put yourself at risk. If the prophecy comes true, if your sister destroys us, your life is forfeit as well. I understand, Maya said. She helped me lift Victor. He was barely conscious, bleeding badly. Together, we half-carried, half-dragged him out of the park. Behind us, I heard Elena call out, You have 3 days, Victor Novak. 3 days to prove she's not the wolf killer, or we hunt her properly, and this time, not even Maya can stop us. Victor's apartment was a revelation. It was small, sparse, almost monastic. 1 room with a tiny kitchen, a bathroom. And that was it. The walls were bare except for mountain ash hung over every window. No pictures, no decorations, just a bed that looked like it was rarely used and a desk covered in papers. Maya and I lowered Victor onto the bed. He was shaking, his wounds trying to heal, but too deep, too severe. He needs blood, Maya said. Protein, rare meat. I'll go find something, I started to say. No. Victor's hand shot out, grabbing my wrist. His grip was weak but desperate. Don't leave, either of you. Not safe. So Maya went through his tiny fridge, finding steaks. She put them on a pan, barely warmed them, and brought them to Victor. He ate mechanically, forcing himself, hating every moment. Eating raw meat, he muttered, like an animal. It'll help you heal, Maya said gently. While he ate, I finally got a good look at my sister. Up close, the changes were more obvious. Her eyes were lighter, her movements too graceful. When she smiled at me, I saw the sharp canines. Maya, I said, what did you do? What I had to. She sat beside me. I found out about the prophecy, Jada. I found out you were supposed to be the wolf killer. So I made a deal with the Streberny clan. I'd transform willingly, become one of them, if they promised not to hurt you. But why would that work? Because the prophecy says the wolf killer will end the bloodline. I thought if I became the bloodline, if I was the wolf that ends, then the prophecy would be fulfilled through me. You'd be safe. I stared at her. You became a monster to save me? I became what I needed to become, Maya said, but her voice cracked. And I've been trying to keep you away ever since. Why couldn't you just stay in America? Why did you have to come looking for me? Because you're my sister. Tears burned my eyes. Because I love you. Because I'd rather die than lose you. Maya pulled me into a hug. We both cried. From the bed, Victor watched us. When Maya finally let me go, he said quietly, Your sister is very brave, Jada. Foolish, perhaps, but brave. Says the man who nearly died protecting a stranger, Maya shot back. But there was no heat in it. Victor, why did you promise me you'd keep her safe? What do you care if the prophecy is real? Victor looked away. I'm tired of death, tired of the hunt, tired of being a monster. He met my eyes. And she makes me feel almost human, which is dangerous and foolish and wrong, but I can't seem to stop. The apartment fell silent. Outside, dawn was breaking over Prague. Maya stood. I need to get back before Elena notices I'm gone. She looked at me. Jada, please, go home. I love you too much to watch you die. I'm not leaving, I said. Then God help us all, Maya whispered. She hugged me one more time, then left. Alone with Victor, I helped him clean his wounds. They were healing faster than should be possible, flesh knitting together. but he still looked exhausted, drained. "You should rest," I told him. "Can't." His eyes were already half closed. "Need to keep you safe." "I'm safe right now. We're in your home. Rest." "Jada." "I'll keep watch," I promised. "I'll wake you if anything happens." Viktor studied me. Then, slowly, he nodded. His eyes closed. Within moments, he was asleep. I sat in the single chair by his bed, watching him breathe. In sleep, he looked younger, vulnerable. The hard lines of control softened. He looked almost peaceful. I thought about what he'd said, about me making him feel human, about it being dangerous. But here's what terrified me. Viktor made me feel brave, made me feel alive, made me feel like I could face anything as long as he was beside me. And that was the most dangerous feeling of all. 3 days passed in a strange kind of peace. Viktor healed quickly, his werewolf nature mending wounds that would have killed a human. I stayed with him in his small apartment, telling myself it was for safety. But really, I just didn't want to leave. We fell into a rhythm. Viktor would go out at dawn to gather information, trying to find proof that I wasn't the wolf killer from the prophecy. I'd research in his apartment, reading through old texts and documents he'd collected over the years. And at night, we'd talk. Those conversations were the best part. Viktor would tell me about Prague's hidden history, about the centuries he'd lived through. I'd tell him about America, about my family, about growing up feeling caught between cultures, never quite fitting in anywhere. "I understand that feeling," he'd said one night, "being caught between, never fully one thing or another." Our hands had touched then, neither of us pulled away, but the peace couldn't last. On the third night, Maya sent a message. "Meet me at the old synagogue. Midnight. Come alone." Viktor insisted on coming with me. "Your sister can't be trusted anymore. The change affects the mind, makes you loyal to your new clan above everything, even family." "She's still Maya," I argued. "She's still my sister." "Is she?" Viktor's golden eyes were sad. "The woman who transformed herself into a monster. Is that the sister you knew?" I didn't have an answer. We went together to the abandoned synagogue in the Jewish quarter. The building was ancient, its walls covered in Hebrew prayers worn smooth by time. Inside, candles burned, and in the center of the empty room stood Maya. But she wasn't alone. Elena, the silver-haired leader of the Stribny clan, stood beside her, along with 5 other werewolves, all watching us with predator eyes. "You said to come alone," I said to Maya. I lied. My sister's face was cold, stranger's face. "I needed you both here, together." Viktor moved in front of me. "What is this, Maya?" "The truth." Maya gestured to Elena. "Tell them." Elena smiled. It was a terrible smile. "Your sister isn't just any human, Jada Torres. You were marked before you were even born. Your parents made a deal with a Czech witch 27 years ago when they visited Prague on their honeymoon." My blood turned cold. "What?" "Your mother was sick, dying. The witch offered to save her but demanded payment. A firstborn daughter, marked for a specific purpose." Elena's eyes gleamed. "You were designed to be a weapon against us. Your very existence weakens werewolves, makes us more vulnerable, more human." I looked at Viktor. His face had gone pale. "You knew," I whispered, "didn't you?" He wouldn't meet my eyes. "I suspected. I found some evidence 2 days ago, but I hoped I was wrong." "You lied to me. I was protecting you. By keeping me in the dark?" Anger burned through me. "By making decisions for me? I trusted you, Viktor." "And I trusted him too," Maya said, bitterly. "I told him about the prophecy, asked him to protect you if you came looking for me. But instead, he's been using you, studying you, trying to figure out how to neutralize the threat you pose." "That's not true," Viktor said, but his voice was weak. Elena stepped forward. "The prophecy speaks of ending the bloodline. We thought it meant you'd kill us, but the truth is more subtle. Your presence, your mark, makes us more human, more vulnerable. Eventually, if you stay in Prague long enough, we'll lose our wolf nature entirely. The bloodline will end not through death, but through transformation back to humanity." "And Maya knew this," I said slowly, understanding dawning. "That's why she transformed. She was trying to break the spell," Maya finished. "The prophecy says, by her hand, the bloodline will end. I thought if I became the bloodline, if I willingly ended my own humanity, it would count as fulfillment. The magic would be satisfied. But it didn't work, Viktor said. No, Maya's voice cracked. I threw away my humanity for nothing. I'm a monster, and you're still a threat, Jada. Nothing changed except me. Tears streamed down my sister's face, but her eyes were still cold, still wolf. There's only one solution, Elena said. You must leave Prague and never return, or you must die. Those are the only ways to end the prophecy. No, Viktor's voice was hard. There has to be another way. There isn't, Elena's claws extended. We've given you 3 days, Viktor Novak. Now time is up. Choose. Exile and save the human, or stay with your clan and let us kill her. The other werewolves moved closer. Viktor's body tensed. I could see him calculating. 5 against 1. Bad odds, and he was still healing from the last fight. I choose exile, Viktor said quietly. The words hung in the air. Viktor, no, I said. You can't. I made a promise. He looked at me finally, those golden eyes full of pain. And I keep my promises. Elena laughed. How touching. The monster falls in love with his enemy. This will make an excellent story to tell the cubs. We're leaving, Viktor said. He took my hand. Now. But Maya stepped in front of the door. I can't let you go, Jada. Maya, please. You don't understand. My sister's control shattered. I sacrificed everything for you. I became this thing, this monster, to keep you safe, and you came anyway. You ruined it all by coming here. I came because I love you. Well, I don't want your love, Maya screamed. The words echoed in the ancient synagogue. I want you gone. I want you safe. I want to stop being afraid that every day might be the day you fulfill the prophecy and destroy everything. The words hit like physical blows. My sister, my protector, my best friend, staring at me with hatred in her wolf eyes. Fine, I said quietly. I'll go. I'll leave Prague. Tonight. Jada, Viktor started. No, I pulled my hand from his. Maya's right. I've caused enough damage. Should never have come. I walked past my sister, past Elena, out into the Prague night. Behind me, I heard Viktor call my name, but I didn't turn around. I just kept walking. It was raining. Of course it was raining. Prague had become a city of rain and shadows and broken promises. I walked without direction, tears mixing with rain on my face. My phone buzzed. Viktor calling. I ignored it. He called again. And again. Finally, I answered. What? Where are you? His voice was frantic. Does it matter? Jada, please, don't do this. Don't shut me out. Why not? I stopped walking. I was on Charles Bridge, the same bridge where this all started, full circle. You lied to me, Viktor. You knew what I was, knew I was dangerous to your people, and you kept me close anyway. Were you studying me? Trying to figure out how to stop me? Silence on the other end. Then, at first, yes, but then what? You started caring, started catching feelings. I laughed bitterly. How convenient. The monster falls for the weapon designed to destroy him. It's not like that. Then what is it like? I shouted into the phone. Tell me, because I don't understand anything anymore. I don't understand why my sister hates me. I don't understand why my parents cursed me before I was born. I don't understand why I can't just be normal. You think I understand anything? Viktor's voice rose to match mine. I've been alive for over a century, Jada. I've seen everything, done everything, and none of it prepared me for you. None of it prepared me for feeling human again, for wanting something beyond survival, for being willing to lose everything just to keep you safe. That's not love, Viktor. That's obsession. That's guilt. It's both, he said it simply, honestly. I feel guilty for lying. I'm obsessed with protecting you, but I also love you, desperately, terrifyingly, in a way that makes me want to be human again, even though I know I'm dying, even though I know in a few months I won't even remember your name. The confession hung between us through the phone line. Where are you? I whispered. Behind you. I turned. Viktor stood at the other end of Charles Bridge, phone to his ear, soaked from the rain. He looked beautiful, terrible, lost. I hung up. He did the same. We walked toward each other, met in the middle of the bridge under the gaze of ancient stone saints. I can't stay in Prague, I said when we stood face to face. I know. And you can't leave. Your clan needs you. They've already exiled me. Viktor touched my face. His hand was shaking. The moment I chose you over them, I became clanless, an outcast. Viktor, It doesn't matter. None of it matters except this. He pulled me close. I have maybe 3 months before I lose myself completely. 3 months of humanity left, and I want to spend every second of it with you. That's insane. I know. It won't end well. I know that too. I looked up at him. Rain streamed down his face. His eyes glowed gold in the darkness. He was a monster. He was dying. He was impossible. And I loved him. 3 months, I said. 3 months. I kissed him. It was desperate, fierce, full of everything we couldn't say. Viktor kissed me back like a drowning man finding air. His hands tangled in my wet hair. I felt his body shaking, felt the barely controlled power just under his skin. When we finally broke apart, we were both gasping. We need to leave Prague, Viktor said. Tonight. Elena won't stop hunting you just because I'm exiled. Where will we go? Anywhere, everywhere. He smiled. It was sad and beautiful. Show me your world, Jada. Show me what it means to be human, for whatever time we have left. But before we could move, a howl split the night. Viktor went rigid. Run. What? Run! They came from both ends of the bridge. Werewolves, dozens of them, both clans, united for once against a common threat, and leading them was Maya. I'm sorry, Jada, my sister called out, but I can't let you leave, not while the prophecy remains unfulfilled. Viktor shifted. It was faster this time, more complete. He became fully wolf, a massive beast of fur and fury and fangs. He placed himself between me and the others, snarling, ready to fight. Viktor, no, I screamed. There's too many, you'll die. But he didn't move, wouldn't abandon me, even if it meant death. The werewolves charged. I don't remember much of what happened next. There was blood, screaming, the sound of claws on stone. Viktor fought with everything he had, but there were too many. They dragged him down, tore into him. I tried to help, tried to pull them off, but I was human, weak, useless. Then Maya was there, pulling me away. Don't look, she said. Jada, don't look. But I couldn't look away. I watched them tear Viktor apart, watched him try to get back up again and again, always trying to reach me, to protect me. Finally, he stopped moving. No, I whispered. No, no, no. Elena stood over Viktor's body. Take the human to the tower. We'll decide what to do with her there. They dragged me away from the bridge, away from Viktor's broken body. I screamed, fought, but it made no difference. They took me to Zhizkov television tower, a bizarre concrete structure that loomed over Prague like something from a nightmare. Baby sculptures crawled up its sides, surreal and disturbing. They locked me in a room at the top, alone with my phone and my grief. I called my parents. My mother answered on the first ring. Jada, sweetheart, are you okay? Tell me about Prague, I said. My voice sounded dead, empty. Tell me about the deal you made. Silence. Then my mother started crying. How did you find out? She whispered. Does it matter? My father took the phone. Jada, we were young, stupid. Your mother was dying. The doctors said there was nothing they could do. Then this woman approached us. She said she could save your mother, but there would be a price. A debt to be paid. By our firstborn daughter. You sold me, I said flatly. We thought we'd never come back to Prague, my mother's voice in the background sobbing. We thought if we stayed away, you'd be safe. We tried to protect you by keeping you away. But I came anyway, and now people are dead because of me. Because Viktor was dead. That beautiful, broken, impossible man who'd tried to save me, who'd chosen exile over safety, who'd kissed me like I was his salvation. Dead. Jada, please, my father said, come home. We'll figure this out. I hung up. I sat in that tower room, surrounded by the lights of Prague, and felt everything break inside me. My whole life had been shaped by a bargain I never made. My sister had destroyed herself trying to protect me from it, and Viktor had died because he'd cared too much about someone he should have seen as an enemy. Everyone who loved me ended up hurt. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Then, at the last second, I did. Jada, Maya's voice, quiet, broken. I'm sorry. For which part? I asked bitterly. For hating me? For watching Viktor die? For locking me in this tower? For all of it. She sounded like she was crying. I thought I was protecting you, but I was just trying to control everything, trying to be the hero, and instead, I became the villain. Where's Victor's body? The river. We threw him in the river. It's tradition for fallen wolves. Fresh tears burned my eyes. I hate you right now. I know. I hate me too. Maya was definitely crying now. Jada, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to be your sister anymore. I don't even know how to be human. Then maybe you should stop trying, I said. Maybe you should just let me go. Let me leave Prague. Let me fulfill the prophecy or not. Let me make my own choices for once in my life. What do you want? Maya asked. If you could choose anything, what would you want? I closed my eyes. I want Viktor back. I want you to be my sister again. I want to not be a weapon. I want to just be Jada, not the wolf killer, not the prophecy, not anyone's burden. Just me. Maya was quiet for a long moment. Then, what if I told you Viktor isn't dead? My heart stopped. What? He's alive. Badly hurt, but alive. The clan was going to finish him, but I stopped them. I told Elena that we should keep him alive, use him as leverage against you. Hope flared in my chest, painful, desperate. Where is he? The cavern under Vyshegorod, where they keep prisoners. Maya paused. Elena plans to kill him tomorrow at dawn unless you agree to fulfill the prophecy yourself, die willingly to save the rest of us. Then I'll do it. Jada, no. What else is there, Maya? I was crying now too. I can't run. I can't hide. Everywhere I go, I'm a threat. At least if I die, it means something. At least Viktor lives. At least you can stop being afraid. That's not a choice, Maya said fiercely. That's giving up. Then what else should I do? Fight, my sister's voice was steel. Figure out what the prophecy really means. Find another way. You're brilliant, Jada. You're an anthropology student, a researcher. So research. Find the loophole. Find the truth everyone else is too scared or too stupid to see. She was right. Giving up, dying, that was the easy path, the coward's path. How long do I have? I asked. Until dawn, 6 hours. Maya's voice softened. I'm going to create a distraction. Get you out of the tower. There's a library at the monastery near Vyshegorod. Old texts, original manuscripts. If there's an answer, it'll be there. Why are you helping me now? Because I'm your sister, Maya said simply. And because I've been making all your choices for you your whole life. Time to let you make your own. 10 minutes later, the door to my prison opened. Maya stood there, alone. Let's go, she said. And Jada, whatever you find, whatever you decide, I'll support you. Even if I don't understand, even if I'm scared, because that's what sisters do. I hugged her. She hugged me back. And for the first time in weeks, she felt like my sister again. The Straw Monastery Library was closed, obviously. It was 3 a.m. Maya broke us in. Being a werewolf has some advantages, she said, ripping the lock off the side door. Super strength for one. Inside, the library was breathtaking. Baroque architecture soared above us. Frescoed ceilings showed biblical scenes, and everywhere, books. Thousands of them, ancient and modern, organized in rows that seemed to stretch forever. The restricted section is this way, Maya said. The really old stuff, pre-medieval texts. That's where Viktor found the prophecy references. Viktor, was he awake right now in that cavern? Was he in pain? Was he scared? I pushed the thoughts away. No time for that now. Focus, research, find the answer. Maya and I pulled every book we could find about werewolf prophecies. We laid them out on a massive oak table, working by the light of our phones. Okay, I said, falling into researcher mode. Let's approach this systematically. What exactly does the prophecy say? In the original, check. Maya found the oldest manuscript, the one dated 1342. She read aloud, translating, Zed za velkých vod přijde. Nesoucí znamení vlkobyjce, její rukou skončí rod. Proměnění padnou nebo povstanou. Volba je jen její. I grabbed a notebook. Break it down word by word. What's the most literal translation? We worked together, Maya translating while I wrote Ze za velkých vod. From across great waters, nesoucí znamení, by bearing the mark, vlkobyjce, the wolf killer, or one who strikes wolves, její rukou. By her hand, skončí rod, ľados, the bloodline will end. Or, Maya stopped. Wait, skončí doesn't just mean end. It can also mean finish or complete. And rod means bloodline, but also lineage or generation or even nature. So it could mean the bloodline will be completed? I asked. Maybe. And look at this next part. Maya pointed to the text. Promienieni is the word for werewolves, but literally it means the changed ones, or the transformed. And here, padnu, nebopovstano, everyone translates this as will fall or rise. But padnu also means will be brought down, or will descend. And povstano means will rise up, or will stand up, or even will rebel. I stared at the words. My mind raced. What if everyone's been translating it wrong? What if it's not about destruction at all? What do you mean? Look at the last line. Volba je gen jeji. The choice is hers alone. Why would the prophecy emphasize choice if it was just about killing or being killed? I grabbed another book. This one had variations of the prophecy from different time periods, different clans, different interpretations. And there, in a margin note from 1456, I found it. Maya, look at this. I pointed to spidery handwriting in medieval Czech. This scholar wrote an alternate interpretation. He says, Volkobyca shouldn't be translated as wolf killer. The prefix bj can mean strike or hit, yes, but in older Czech it also meant touch or affect. So it could mean one who affects wolves, one who touches wolves, or changes them. I was talking faster now, excited. And scanchy rod. What if it doesn't mean the bloodline ends through death? What if it means the bloodline's nature ends, or completes its transformation? Maya's eyes widened. You think the prophecy isn't about destruction? I think it's about choice. I pulled out my phone, starting to record my thoughts. Look at the structure. First, I come from across the ocean bearing a mark. Fact. Second, by my hand the bloodline's nature will end or complete. Third, the transformed ones will fall down to humanity or rise up in their wolf nature. And fourth, the choice is mine alone. The choice is yours, Maya repeated slowly. Not fate, not destiny, choice. What if my mark doesn't destroy werewolves? I asked. What if it just makes them human enough to choose? Viktor said being around me made the wolf and the man fight inside him. What if that's not a weakness? What if it's giving him back his free will? Maya sat back, stunned. All this time, we thought you were going to kill us. But really, you're offering us a choice we've never had before. You chose to become a wolf, I said. But did you really choose, or were you driven by fear and prophecy and the need to protect me? Maya's face crumpled. I don't know anymore. When I transformed, it felt like I had no choice, like it was the only option. But now, if you could choose again, knowing what you know? My sister closed her eyes. When she opened them again, they were filled with tears. I miss being human, Jada. I miss sleeping. I miss eating food that actually tastes like food instead of just fuel. I miss not being afraid I'll lose control and hurt someone. She looked at her hands. Human hands that could become claws in a heartbeat. The wolf is powerful, but it's lonely. And I'm so tired of being lonely. Then choose, I said softly. The prophecy says you can fall down to humanity or rise up in your wolf nature. Choose. It can't be that simple. Why not? Maya stared at me. Then, slowly, she smiled. You're right. Why the hell not? She closed her eyes, concentrated, and slowly, deliberately, she began to change. But not into a wolf. The opposite. I watched as the supernatural elements drained away. Her eyes turned from light amber to normal brown. Her two sharp canines blunted. Her superhuman grace became ordinary human clumsiness. She stumbled, caught herself. Oh my God, she breathed. Oh my God, Jada, I'm human again. I'm actually human. She started laughing, crying. I hugged her and she hugged me back and she felt like my sister again. Not a stranger wearing Maya's face, just Maya. How did you do that? I asked. I just chose. I wanted to be human more than I wanted to be wolf. And for the first time since I transformed, it worked. I could feel the wolf letting go. She pulled back, grinning through tears. Your mark, your presence, it gave me the strength to choose. That's what the prophecy means, I said. I don't end the bloodline through death. I end it by giving werewolves their humanity back, by letting them choose which nature they want to embrace. Not all of them will choose humanity, Maya warned. Some prefer being wolves. And that's okay. That's the point. Choice. I stood up. I need to tell Viktor. I need to tell everyone. This isn't a threat, it's a gift. Maya stood too. Then let's go get your werewolf boyfriend out of prison. He's not my... Jada, you're in love with him. He's in love with you. That makes him your boyfriend. He's dying, I said quietly. In 3 months, he'll lose himself completely. Then we'd better hurry, Maya said, because I have a theory about that too. Vyshegrád Fortress crouched on a hill overlooking the Vltava River. Ancient and imposing, it had been a royal seat, a military fort, and now a historical monument. But underneath it, in caverns carved from living rock, the werewolf clans kept their secrets. And their prisoners. Maya led me through tunnels only clan members knew about. We moved in darkness, guided by her memory and my phone's flashlight. The prison chamber is here, she whispered, but there will be guards. How many? 4, probably. All Szczebrny clan. Maya looked at me. I can take them, but it'll make noise. Elena will know we're here. Then we need to be fast, get Viktor and go. And then what? Run forever? You've solved the prophecy mystery, but that doesn't mean the clans will accept it. They're afraid, Jada. Fear makes people, even werewolf people, do stupid things. One problem at a time, I said. We reached a heavy wooden door bound with iron. Maya broke the lock with her bare hands. Even mostly human, she was still stronger than normal. Inside, 2 guards looked up in shock. Maya moved before they could react, knocking them both unconscious with efficient violence. Still got some wolf left, she said with a grin. The prison chamber opened before us. It was a large cavern with iron cages set into the walls. Most were empty, but in the largest cage, chained with silver that burned his skin, was Viktor. He looked terrible, barely conscious, covered in wounds that weren't healing properly. The silver chains suppressed his supernatural abilities, kept him weak and human. Viktor! I ran to the cage, his eyes opened, those golden eyes that I loved. Jada? No, you shouldn't be here. Too dangerous. Shut up and let me rescue you. Despite everything, he smiled. Bossy. Maya worked on the lock while I reached through the bars, holding Viktor's hand. His skin was cold, clammy. The silver was poisoning him. I figured it out, I told him. The prophecy. It's not about destruction. It's about choice. Choice? I'll explain everything, but first we need to get you out of here. The lock broke. Maya pulled open the cage door. Together we dragged Viktor out, careful of the silver chains. They'd burned into his skin, leaving horrible marks. We need to get these off, Maya said. She tried to pull at the chains, but they were locked tight. Leave them, Viktor said weakly. Just get out. Save yourselves. I'm not leaving you, I said fiercely. Not again. Footsteps echoed in the tunnel. Voices. The unconscious guards had been discovered. They're coming, Maya said. We're out of time. Then we fight here, I said. Jada, you're human. You can't... I'm the wolf killer, I interrupted. Or the wolf toucher, or whatever the prophecy actually calls me. Let's find out what that means. Elena appeared at the cavern entrance with a dozen werewolves behind her. How disappointing, she said. I had hoped Maya would see reason. Instead, she betrays her clan for her sister. I didn't betray anyone, Maya said. I chose family. That's not betrayal. That's love. Love is weakness, Elena replied. She looked at me. And you, child, you've caused enough trouble. Time to end this. Wait, I stepped forward. Viktor tried to stop me, but he was too weak. I figured out the prophecy. I know what it really means. We know what it means, Elena said coldly. You destroy us. No, I give you choice. I spoke quickly, desperately. The prophecy doesn't say I'll kill werewolves. It says I'll let them choose to be human or wolf. My mark doesn't weaken you. It gives you back your free will. The werewolves shifted uneasily, uncertain. Maya chose to be human again, I continued, willingly. My presence gave her the strength to make that choice. That's what the prophecy means, not death, but freedom. Lies, Elena spat. Then let me prove it. I looked at Viktor. Let me prove it with him. I knelt beside Viktor, ignoring Elena's protests. I took his face in my hands, looking into those golden eyes. Viktor, you've been fighting the wolf your whole life, terrified of losing yourself. But what if you don't have to choose between man and wolf? I don't understand, he whispered. You were born with both natures, human and wolf. You've spent a century trying to suppress one or the other, but what if you could be both? What if you could choose which one you are in each moment instead of being trapped halfway between? That's impossible. Is it? I smiled. Maya chose humanity, but you don't have to. You can choose to be both, to be fully yourself, all the broken, beautiful, impossible parts of you. Viktor stared at me. How? By accepting it. By not fighting anymore. I pressed my forehead against his. I love you, Viktor Novak. I love the man who saved me on the bridge. I love the monster who fought an entire clan to protect me. I love the scholar who translates medieval texts. I love the wolf who runs wild under the moon. All of you. Every part. Jada. His voice broke. So stop choosing, I whispered. Stop fighting. Just be. Viktor closed his eyes. I felt his body begin to change, but this time it was different, controlled, deliberate. He shifted between forms, fully human, fully wolf, and that in-between state that he'd always feared. And then he stopped, settling into something new. He looked human, but his eyes glowed gold. His hands were normal, but I could see the shadow of claws beneath his skin. He was both natures at once, perfectly balanced. The silver chains fell away, no longer able to hold him. His wounds healed instantly. Viktor stood, pulling me up with him. He looked at his hands in wonder. How did you do that? I didn't. You did. I touched his face. You chose yourself. All of yourself. He kissed me, fierce and desperate and full of joy. And I kissed him back, not caring that we had an audience, not caring about anything except this impossible man who'd chosen love over fear. When we finally broke apart, Viktor turned to Elena. The prophecy is fulfilled, he said. His voice was different, stronger, more certain. Jada gave me a choice, and I chose to be both man and wolf. The bloodline hasn't ended, it's evolved. This changes nothing, Elena said, but her voice wavered. It changes everything, Maya said. She stood beside us. I chose to be human. Viktor chose to be both. That's what the prophecy offers. Freedom to be what we want instead of slaves to the moon and the bite. The other werewolves murmured. Some looked interested, hopeful. Others looked terrified. Who else wants to choose? I called out. Who else is tired of being trapped by what you are? Slowly, one werewolf stepped forward. Then another. They looked at me with wonder, with hope. Don't listen to her, Elena commanded. She'll destroy us all. No, Viktor said quietly. She'll save us, if we let her. The cavern filled with light as dawn broke outside, and in that light, I watched as werewolf after werewolf made their choice. Some became human. Some stayed wolf. Some, like Viktor, found balance between both natures. And through it all, I stood with Viktor's hand in mine, watching the prophecy fulfill itself, not through death, but through liberation. 3 weeks later, I sat in Café Savoy, drinking the best coffee I'd ever tasted. Prague had changed, or maybe I'd changed, and Prague just looked different now. The werewolf clans had declared a fragile peace. Not everyone accepted my gift. Some, like Elena, still believed I was a threat. But enough had made their choice that the balance of power had shifted. Maya sat across from me, eating a chocolate croissant with obvious delight. I forgot how good real food tastes, she said. As a wolf, everything just tasted like meat and more meat. No regrets? I asked. About choosing humanity? She smiled. Not even one. I miss the super strength sometimes, and the night vision. But mostly I'm just glad to be myself again. She looked different now, more relaxed. The tension that had marked her since I'd arrived in Prague had melted away. She was my sister again. Just Maya. What about you? Maya asked. Are you really going back to America next month? I nodded. I have a dissertation to finish, a life I put on hold. I can't just abandon everything. But you're coming back? Charles University offered me a teaching position, starting in the fall. They want me to develop a course on shapeshifter folklore and cultural mythology. I grinned. Apparently I'm now Prague's resident expert. Maya laughed. That's one way to put it. The cafe door opened. Viktor walked in, and my heart did that stupid fluttering thing it always did when I saw him. He looked good, healthy, more human than I'd ever seen him, but with that edge of wildness still visible in his golden eyes. He wore normal clothes, jeans, a blue shirt with the sleeves rolled up, showing his scars without shame. "Sorry I'm late," he said, sliding into the seat beside me. His hand found mine automatically. "Had a meeting with Radek." "How did it go?" I asked. "He's agreed to let me rejoin the clan." Viktor's smile was complicated. "With conditions. I have to help other werewolves who want to find balance. Teach them what you taught me." "That's wonderful." "It is." He squeezed my hand. "But it also means I'll be busy, very busy, and with you going back to America." The unspoken question hung between us. Maya stood up. "I'm going to get another pastry. Take your time talking." She left us alone at the table. Viktor turned to face me fully. "I don't know how to do this," he said quietly. "I've never had a relationship, never wanted one. For a century, I convinced myself I was better off alone. And now? Now I can't imagine going back to that." His golden eyes held mine. "These past few weeks with you, being able to choose who I am instead of being trapped, it's like waking up after a century of sleep. And I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose you." "You won't lose me," I promised. "I'm coming back." "But what about while you're gone? What about the distance, the complications, the fact that I'm still part monster and you're still human? Then we figure it out together." I brought his scarred hand to my lips, kissing it gently. "Long-distance relationships are hard, complicated, but worth it, if we choose to make it work." "Choice," Viktor said softly. "You've given me so many choices." "What do you choose?" I asked. "You. I choose you." He said it firmly, certainly. "Every day, for however long we have, I choose this messy, complicated, impossible thing between us. Even though I have to leave. Even though. We'll video chat. I'll learn to use email. Badly. You'll come visit on holidays. I'll maybe even visit America, though I hear your airport security is intense." I laughed. "You're a werewolf worried about airport security?" "I'm a werewolf who's never left Prague," he corrected. "The world beyond this city terrifies me." "Then I'll show it to you," I promised. "When you're ready, we'll travel together. You can show me your world, and I'll show you mine." "That sounds good." Viktor leaned closer. "And maybe, when you come back in the fall, we can talk about something more permanent. Maybe we can build something new together, something neither of us could have imagined alone." "I'd like that," I whispered. He kissed me, soft and sweet and full of promise. When we broke apart, Maya was back with her pastry, deliberately not looking at us and grinning widely. "You two are disgustingly cute," she said. "Shut up," I said, but I was smiling. The day before my flight, Viktor took me to Petrin Hill. We climbed to the top past the mirror maze and the observatory, all the way to the Eiffel Tower replica. From there, Prague spread below us like a fairy tale. Red roofs, spires, the river winding through it all like a silver ribbon. "This is where I come when I need to think," Viktor said. "High enough that I can see everything, far enough that I can breathe." We stood at the railing, watching the sun set over the city. "I'm going to miss this," I said. "The city, the history, the magic." "The werewolves?" Viktor asked, amused. "The werewolf," I corrected. "Singular, specific, you." His arm came around me, pulling me close. 3 months ago, if someone had told me I'd be standing here with an American anthropology student planning a long-distance relationship, I'd have thought they were insane. 3 months ago, if someone had told me I'd fall in love with a century-old werewolf in Prague, I'd have laughed in their face. And yet here we are. "Here we are," I agreed. We stood in comfortable silence as the sun sank lower. The sky turned gold, then pink, then deep purple. Stars began to appear. "I used to hate the night," Viktor said quietly. "It meant the wolf was stronger, meant I had to fight harder to stay human. But now," he looked at me, "now I love twilight. That in-between time, not quite day, not quite night, both and neither." "Like you," I said, "like us." He turned to face me fully. "Jada, I need you to know something, before you go, before we try to make this work." My heart clenched. What? I'm not cured. I'm better, so much better, but the wolf is still there, still fighting. There will be days when I struggle, days when I'm not easy to love. I know. And I'm still learning how to be in a relationship. I'll make mistakes. I'll probably mess this up in ways I can't even imagine yet. I'll mess it up too, I promised. I'm stubborn and bossy, and I don't always communicate well. We'll both be terrible at this sometimes. Viktor smiled. Then we'll be terrible together. Together, I agreed. He pulled a small box from his pocket. I got you something, for the flight, for while we're apart. Inside the box was a necklace, a simple silver pendant shaped like a wolf's paw print. It's not silver, Viktor explained. It's white gold, won't burn werewolves, but it'll remind you of Prague, of me, of this impossible thing we're attempting. I let him clasp it around my neck. The pendant settled against my collarbone, warm from his hands. I love it, I said, but I don't need a reminder. I could never forget you, Viktor Novak. Good, he murmured, because I have no intention of letting you forget. He kissed me as the stars came out over Prague, and in that kiss was everything we couldn't say. Goodbye and hello, ending and beginning, fear and hope all tangled together. 6 months later, I walked off a plane at Václav Havel Airport. It was spring in Prague. The city bloomed with flowers, trees lined the streets in green glory, and there, waiting at arrivals, was Viktor. He looked the same, different, better. His smile was genuine when he saw me, reaching his eyes. The tension that had always marked him, that constant vigilance, had softened. "Welcome home," he said when I reached him. "Home," I repeated, testing the word. "Yeah, this feels like home now." He took my bag, took my hand, led me out into Prague sunshine. We walked through the city together, talking about everything and nothing. My dissertation defense, successful. His work with newly transformed werewolves, challenging but rewarding. Maya's new job, she was working at the museum, giving tours of Prague's folk history. "I found us an apartment," Viktor said as we walked. "If you want it, 2 bedrooms near the university. Mountain ash over all the windows. For protection, for tradition, and because it makes me feel better." He glanced at me. "But if you'd rather live separately..." "I want to live with you," I interrupted. "If you're sure." "I've never been more sure of anything." The apartment was perfect. Old building, high ceilings, windows overlooking a quiet courtyard. Viktor had already moved in some of his things, books mostly, and he'd set up a desk for me by the window. "For your research," he explained. "You'll need space to work." I kissed him, long and slow and full of coming home. "I missed you," I whispered against his lips. "I missed you too, every day, every hour." He pulled back enough to look at me. "But we made it. 6 months apart, and we made it." "The first 6 months of forever," I said. "Forever is a long time," Viktor warned, "especially for someone like me. I might live another century, maybe more, and you am human, mortal, I know." I took his face in my hands. "But we'll have now, and tomorrow, and as many days as we get. That's enough." "Is it?" "It has to be." Viktor held me close. Outside, Prague sang with church bells and trams and life. Inside, we stood together in our home. Impossible, improbable, but real. "Thank you," Viktor said quietly. "For what?" "For coming to Prague, for being stubborn, for not giving up on me even when I was a monster in chains." He pressed his forehead to mine. "For teaching me that being caught between doesn't mean being broken. It just means being whole in a different way." "You taught me some things too," I said. "About bravery, about choosing love over fear, about fighting for what matters." "We taught each other," Viktor corrected. "That's what love is, I think. Not one person saving another, but both people choosing each other over and over, building something new together." I like that definition. Me too. We stood there in our apartment as the sun moved across the floor. Outside, Prague continued its ancient dance of old and new, human and supernatural, ordinary and magical. And inside, a werewolf and a human, a wolf killer who killed nothing but fear, built their impossible life together, one choice at a time. I sat at an outdoor cafe near Charles University, grading papers. Spring had returned to Prague again, warm and bright. My phone buzzed. A text from Viktor. Running late. Radek called emergency meeting. Nothing serious. New transformation case needs guidance. I smiled and texted back, "No worries, take your time. I'll be here." A year. We'd been doing this for a year, living together, building a life, fighting and making up and learning each other's rhythms. It wasn't always easy. Viktor still had days when the wolf fought back, when he struggled with balance. I still had moments of culture shock, of missing America, of feeling overwhelmed by Prague's supernatural community. But it was good. It was real. It was ours. "Professor Torres?" I looked up. One of my students stood there, nervous. A young woman, maybe 20, with the telltale too smooth movements of a newly transformed werewolf. "Can I talk to you?" she asked. "About the prophecy? About choice?" "Of course. Sit." I gestured to the empty chair. She sat, wringing her hands. "I was bitten 6 months ago, against my will, and I hate it. I hate being this thing. But everyone says I have to accept it, that I can't go back. But you did. Your sister did. She chose to be human again." "She did." Confirmed. Could I? Could I choose that too?" I looked at this girl, scared, desperate, searching for hope, and I remembered Viktor in chains, Maya with wolf eyes, myself standing on Charles Bridge, lost and alone. "Yes," I said. "You can choose." That's what the prophecy really means. Not fate, not destiny, just choice. Whatever you want to be, fully human, fully wolf, or somewhere in between, you can choose that. Her eyes filled with tears. "Thank you. Everyone else just tells me to accept it. But you're saying I have options?" "You always have options," I said gently. "The hard part is figuring out which one is really yours, not just what everyone else expects." We talked for an hour. I gave her resources, introduced her to Maya's contact information. By the time she left, she looked lighter, hopeful. Viktor arrived just as she was leaving. He watched her go, then looked at me. "Another one?" "Another one," I confirmed. He sat beside me, stealing a sip of my coffee. "You're changing Prague, you know, one conversation at a time." "We're changing it," I corrected. "This isn't just me." "No," Viktor agreed. "It's us." He took my hand. His scars had faded over the past year, not gone, but less angry, less painful. He'd told me once that they moved less now, that the wolf was quieter, more integrated. "I love you," he said, simple, direct. Still a little awkward. Emotional declarations didn't come naturally to him. "I love you too," I replied, "even when you're late to coffee dates." "Especially then," he corrected with a smile. We sat together in the Prague sunshine, watching students hurry to class, tourists take photos, werewolves and humans walk side by side. A city of magic, a city of choices, a city that had brought us together and taught us both what it meant to be whole. "What do you want for dinner?" Viktor asked. Such a normal question, such a human question. A year ago, he never would have asked, never would have thought about dinner or domestic routines or building a life with someone. But he was asking now, because he'd chosen this, chosen me, chosen us. "Surprise me," I said. He grinned. "That I can do." We walked home together through the city we both loved, the impossible couple building an impossible life. And it was enough. It was everything. It was choice and love and hope all tangled together in the streets of Prague, where monsters could be men and prophecies could mean liberation instead of destruction. Where a werewolf and a wolf killer could fall in love and build something beautiful from the ashes of fear. Where endings were also beginnings, and where two people caught between worlds found a home in each other.